So you want to be a plant parent, you say? Let me tell you, being a plant parent isn't easy. You're up late at night wondering, did I keep them too far away from the window? Did I give them enough water this week? When was the last time I fertilized? You lay awake at night wondering whether your pet has eaten one of your plants and has a death wish. Like this one right here. Yeah, walk away. You know I'm talking about you. He knows. He knows that I'm talking about this plant right here. Did I fertilize too much? Sometimes they need baths. If you have 50 plus plants, you're gonna break your back doing that. It's hard. It's hard being a plant parent. You wanna love them, but not too much. You need to neglect them sometimes, but don't neglect them for too long. So that's why I've created a small list, a very small, easy list of my 5 favorite fast-growing plants. By the way, the plant and the dog are fine. Neither one died. We're good. All right, guys, so this list is going to include 5 of my favorite fast-growing houseplants. Most of these plants are very common, easy to find plants, so hopefully you can find them either online or in big box stores or at your local nurseries. I'll just tell you now, all of these houseplants are going to grow faster than this guy right here. This guy takes forever. Hurry up. All right, so let's get started, shall we? What are we going to start with? Oh, let's start with the best fast-growing plant overall. This is a pothos. Now, don't give me that crap. Do not tell me, oh, Tiff, it's a pothos. Everyone talks about pothos. Yes, everyone talks about pothos. Your mama talks about pothos. Your grandmama talks about pothos. No hate on them. Pothos are great houseplants. And if you are a new plant parent, then get yourself a pothos. Don't be spending $100, $200 on a very rare variegated plant if you are new to plant owning. These guys can handle a multitude of light requirements. You can neglect them with water and they're cool with it. And there's a huge variety of pothos. This one right here is a Pothos Marble Queen. You can tell because of the variegation. I do have a golden and a neon pothos as well, but I will have to say, I hope the other ones can't hear me, the Marble Queen is my favorite. She's so beautiful. Just look at her. And a lot of people, they like the Marble Queens that are highly variegated, like it looks white and green. If you want to have a pothos that's more of that color, then you need to stick it closer to a window. But I also like the pothos that have a little bit of a light green to dark green variegation. I think that's really pretty as well. And what's great about pothos, they check all of the boxes. They're like golden retrievers of the plant world. Yo man, I just need a place to stay. I like bright and direct light, but you can keep me in your office with no window space. I like to be watered every once in a while, but you can forget about me for a couple days. I'll be fine. I like higher humidity, but I don't need it. I'll be fine without it. They just want to live rent-free in your apartment pretty much, and they're cool with it. They're so relaxed about things, and I think that's why everyone needs a pothos. Pothos are very easy to find online or in big box stores. I got my Marble Queen from GabriellaPlants.com, and I got it for a really cheap price, probably like $10 for a 4-inch pot or something like that. She's great. Okay, second on my list is a Syngonium. I got this one from Planterina. She came in a mini size, and I just now upgraded her to a bigger pot, so she's starting to grow a little bit more. But these guys are so easy to take care of, and they grow very quickly. And the cool thing about Syngoniums is you can find really affordable, cheap Syngoniums like this one that are still beautiful and come in a wide range of different colors. Or you can find very rare Syngoniums like the Syngonium albo variegatum. That one, oh my God, if that's like my number one that I want. And I also hear the variegated Syngonium is just as easy to take care of as a normal Syngonium, and I do have to agree, these are very easy, chill plants. Just give it water and put it in bright and direct light, and it's gonna grow like crazy. This guy does have the case of thrips right now, and I've never had pests before. Well, it doesn't have thrips anymore, I think, because I've been really on top of it. But this is my first time ever having to deal with pests in the 3-4 years that I've been a plant parent. But yeah, you can see how fast growing this is. This is a new leaf. There's a new leaf right here. There's a new leaf that's starting to unravel right here. This is a new leaf, and this is a new leaf right here. They just grow very quickly, and I like to keep it at this size, so that's why I'm not going to put it in another pot anytime soon. I do not want it to get super big. But yeah, I got this one from Planterina. It was a mini Syngonium. I got it in their little, like a trio package. I think it's sold out now, but they have a lot of Syngoniums on there. I think Planterina is a little overpriced in their products, but they do have incredible customer service, and the plants always come in great condition. I was talking for like 5 minutes to my phone and I wasn't even recording. So the Syngonium is difficult to get in terms of her beauty on camera. She's much more beautiful in person. I turned off the lights so maybe you guys can see how pretty it is in just normal natural lighting. This is such an understated, muted blush pink. It really is gorgeous. And I think the older the leaves get, the more they turn green. So you see a lot of bright pink in this plant, and it's just so pretty. It's a nice, cute little statement piece, especially if you're someone who likes colorful plants. All right, so the third on the list is the Spathiphyllum, aka the peace lily. I feel like not a lot of people talk about them anymore. I have a love-hate with peace lilies. I think everyone has their like plant species that give them the most problems. Peace lily used to be mine. Not anymore. They're actually so easy to take care of. You just have to know what to expect with these guys. So let me start. Do not, I repeat, if you take anything away from owning a peace lily, do not give it normal tap water. She's a bougie bitch, okay? Give her the filtered stuff. She likes the good stuff. I like to call these plants the sensitive but strong type. They will tell you immediately when they don't like something. For instance, I do not check on this plant until the leaves are drooping, and then when the leaves droop, I then water it. No big deal. And the reason you want to give it filtered water is because they will get brown tips if you give them anything less. They can also come in a huge variety of sizes. Like there's some big peace lilies out there, and they're glorious and they're beautiful. I just don't have the space for it. And then you can find medium-sized peace lilies and then little peace lilies, and they get bushy super fast. That's why I put it on this list. I'm always having to trim my peace lily because it gets so bushy. And that's because look, here's a new leaf right here. Here's a new leaf right here. New leaf right here. There's a new leaf right here. It just grows so quickly and becomes bushy really quickly. This isn't a normal peace lily. I kind of like peace lilies. To me are kind of like, I guess, to how pothos are for some people. They're a little bit boring. I think that's just me being a little judgmental. They are beautiful plants, and this is a variegated peace lily called the peace lily domino. So you can see here it has a variegated leaf, and you can see that it's texture. There's so much texture on the leaf. I love that about this peace lily. I can just look at this one all day, and it's a very faint type of variegation, so you don't even notice it until you walk up on it, and then you're like, wow, what type of peace lily is that? So I love this plant, and it's actually right underneath, it sits underneath the TV right there, and so it's in a pretty dark spot. And that's the great thing about peace lilies. They like bright and direct light, but they're really great low light plants as well, and they will continue to grow in that type of lighting. You just got to watch out for the watering with them. These plants, they're not like pothos where they can be neglected a couple of days. They like their watering on time, prompt, filtered. So just don't forget on that. They like moist soil, and you won't feel bad if you mess up with it. They are forgiving. Ah, we got it moving. She's the going. Yeah. Okay. Fourth on my list of fast little growers is the string of turtles. Peperomia prostrata. If this guy might look tiny, well, he is tiny. He's in like a 2-inch pot. Let me crouch down. But I love this little guy, and I'll try and do close-ups right here, but I was taking a video of it yesterday trying to get a cool slow-mo of it, and it fell out of the cup. So I'm trying to be really careful with it. Let me see. Yeah. So this is the string of turtles. It looks like this, like wound up in a circle, because I want to promote more roots down on the top of the soil so it gets bushier on top. So it probably looks a little weird right now like that, but that's just because I took the entire length of it and I just kind of wound it up on top like that. So it got all the way, it was originally all hanging off to one side, and so I let it grow like down to here. It was so all the strings, it was truly a string, was hanging down all the way down here. And that's how I know that these little guys grow very fast. If you give it the right conditions, it will love you for a long time. Also, you know, summertime is a great time for plants to grow at a much faster speed, but this guy grows all year round for me. And at first, the first half year I had it, I almost killed it because I didn't know. I was giving it different conditions because I thought it was more of a succulent, because it does have really like succulent, you know, the turtle back itself looks very succulent, and they are, but it is technically a peperomia. And so I at first wasn't watering it as much as I should have, and then I went to just weekly watering with it, and it started growing like crazy. Peperomia prostrata is quite a rare plant. You can easily find it online, but it's either at a ridiculous price point or the quality isn't going to be there once you get your plant. So you have to really watch out about buying these plants. I think they are slowly becoming more common or like more accessible, but I don't know if you're going to find it in stores or anything like that. I had to buy mine online, and I can't remember what price I bought it at, but it was just like little, it was a rooted string of turtles, but there are just like little bits of it hanging out on top. So all this growth right here has been since it's been with me for like a year now. One thing to note if you do want to get a string of turtles is to give it bright, indirect sunlight. I do have an east-facing window, and this sits right on the windowsill. So it does get a little bit of direct sunlight, but it's morning light, so it's not going to be as harsh as, let's say, a south-facing window might be. I wish I could unravel it for you guys, but I really don't want to do that. Anything that comes like a string of pearls, string of turtles, string of dolphins, chain of hearts, that's chain, not string, but whatever. I just don't want to touch them because they do tend to be a little fragile. Okay, so last on my list, we have to go all the way over there to that little guy. And don't think that that's real, that's fake actually. All right, so let's head over right now. Let's go. If the camera starts shaking, I'm sorry. I'm holding it by the tripod because nothing's gonna get up this high. But yeah, this is my Philodendron Micans. So this guy I've had for 2+ years now, and I bought it at a local nursery in Bay Ridge. And I bought it originally in a 4-inch pot, and it just had a few little leaves on top of it, and now look at it. It's just, I have to get haircuts now because it just keeps growing like crazy. And philodendron are, well, the vining ones are a lot like pothos in that they're very easy to take care of. They just want to live rent-free. And this guy can actually grow in pretty low light conditions. Ideally, you want to give it bright and direct light, but it can grow in these conditions like this where it just gets a little bit of sunlight during the day. And just look at its leaves. Like, I hope I can actually show you guys the beauty of this plant. You want a very romantic looking plant, having to have like, I secretly want to be a vampire. So if you want to have like a little bat cave and you want a plant to spicing up the area, get a Philodendron Micans. They're so romantic looking. The leaves, of course, the backs of them are a beautiful like maroon red almost that glitter. It literally shines in the sunshine, which is so cool. And the tops of them are a beautiful rich dark green that is has a velvety texture to it. I want to give this guy a little bit more sunlight, but the summertime sunshine is just a little bit too much for it. So when it goes more into wintertime, then I can put it closer to the window and it'll grow like crazy then. So Micans are technically considered rare, but I find that they're pretty easy to find. You can find them online. I think Gabriella Plants sells Philodendron Micans, so you can check out that website. And they are they're a greenhouse down in Florida that has a high reputation, so you don't have to worry about getting a bad plant or anything like that, or at a ridiculous price. It gets so long that I have to hang it up because the plant will reach all the way down to the bottom if I don't. You see? All the way down at the bottom. I also want to add real quick that even when the leaves begin to die on a Philodendron Micans, they still die so beautifully. It just goes to show that this Micans is like a Hollywood star because it dies with grace as well. All of the green pigment, or chlorophyll essentially, leaves the dying leaf and it just turns red. She probably looks just a little bit crazy, but I kind of just let my plants do what they want to do. And I try not to touch them too much. So, all right guys, so that is my video on my top 5 favorite fast growing houseplants. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button down below. Please subscribe. You don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. If you guys have any plants that are fast growing that are your favorites, please leave it down in the comments. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day wherever you are in this world, and I will talk to you later. Bye. You're a cute little one. You're so cute. You're just a cutie. I'm weird, I know. I'm sorry.